Did the texture just load in?
Took the texture a few seconds to catch up.
Normally I don't say much about that, but when it's like something that you
I swear I
read.
didn't do it. I've got nothing to do with that business. I never killed
Oh,
nobody.
no? Then why did you run away when they came to question you?
I already told you I forgot to report to my parole officer. I didn't want to go back to prison.
Well,
When I
that's
saw the
kind of a
cops,
really
I just
shitty.
bolted.
That's
I
not gonna
wasn't
make
thinking
things
straight.
better.
We checked out his statement. He has an alibi for at least 3 of the murders.
Fuck, that bastard was a perfect fit.
Why haven't they thought that there
Shit.
might be a copycat?
What, you mean somebody else who decided to do the exact same thing?
Yeah, because they could get away with it because of
Ash?
that.
Who knows? I mean, they might. I will always say in this
Okay.
game's defense, they might have actually explored that.
Yeah.
Sean
Explored
Moss's
that, but
mother's
when
here.
you
She'd
only
like
have
to
so
speak
many
with you.
people that could probably decently do some of the origami, because it looks like it is more complex maneuvers.
Yeah.
So I will at least say in
It
this
was a
game's
few
defense,
months
you do
back.
have a limited amount of people.
The middle
Yeah.
of the
I
night.
will say though, they
It was
release
pouring down.
pretty much all of the details
Ethan
in
came
the press.
home
it
completely
sounds like.
drenched at about 3.
Especially since there were reporters
asked him
right
where he'd been.
outside Ethan Mars's house.
He spoke about drowning the rain. He didn't make any sense. There was
Oh, well, this
something-
is gonna look great for us. As Ethan.
something in his eyes.
Thanks,
As if
bitch ex-wife.
it wasn't really him.
Which, I mean, this is something to go...
There
Or
may
maybe
be no
call his
connection,
therapist. Go,
but-
hey.
The next day, there was that announcement about another victim of the origami killer.
See, because the thing is, at this point,
Find my son.
by the
I'm
way she's
begging you.
describing it, it makes it sound like it's some kind of psychosis.
Yeah.
Which means they should have called in a therapist at this point.
Yeah.
To basically do a whole psychological evaluation and see if he truly is suffering from a
Clark
Blake.
psychosis.
Oh, and
Agent
actually they're
Norman Jade of
visiting
the FBI.
his shrink
According
right
to our
now.
information, Ethan Mars is one of your patients. We'd like to ask you a few questions about him.
I'm sorry, that's
Patient!
impossible.
Dr. Confidentiality.
pardon?
I'm sorry.
I'm bound by an oath of secrecy. Under no circumstances may I discuss my patients.
Actually, you can discuss
My
it if
job
you
is
think
to
that they're a
find Sean
danger to
Mars
others
alive,
or
and I don't give a damn about
themselves,
any bullshit.
maybe? I know there's a few exclusions.
Again, though, I do think you need a warrant to
Yeah.
do so.
I'm gonna...
Sean Mars's life may depend on what you know. Tell us what
It
you know,
does
Doctor.
usually need a warrant.
I'm
You're
sorry.
right.
you
I
always
can't
need a
help you.
warrant to search.
Now I must ask you to leave.
You need to cooperate. For your own sake.
Blake, this isn't a crazy guy.
It's your duty to inform the police if you suspect one of your patients, Doctor.
I actually don't
Are
think
you
it
threatening
is.
me?
I'm just giving you
I'm
some
pretty
free
sure
advice,
it's
Doc.
not.
I suggest
I think
Because
it
the
depends.
the problem is with mental health, there's a lot of things because we have such a shitty mental health
He's
society.
right.
Just start picking shit.
legally.
Yeah, I'm just
got
hitting
Because I'm not
random
paying
buttons.
attention right now.
I am going to call the police.
The problem
and make a
is
complaint
our mental
about your
health society
behavior.
is like what we
Doctor,
do
you
with
are
our
really
mental health
pushing
is
my
so
fucking-
bad.
The only thing
A
I'm
lot
interested
of
in
what
is saving
people
that kid's
consider,
life. So,
you
you're
know,
gonna be a good boy
a
and tell me what I
danger
wanna
is
know.
not
I'm
actually a
really
danger so
gonna
long as people are
lose
taking care of
my
themselves right.
temper.
Yeah.
You mind?
Back off, Jaden. This guy knows something, and I'm
Let
not
go.
leaving here until he tells me what it is.
You have no right.
Especially, Ethan was never diagnosed with anything, as far as we can tell. DID, PTSD, even anxiety. He does not seem to be diagnosed with anything.
Come on.
I don't
Doc.
even think they gave him
The
any
easy way and the
medication.
hard way.
Yeah.
You're a fucking
At
fool.
all.
So actually, the problem is they're going to say, aside from the blackouts, he has a completely clean bill of
You
mental
have
health.
no right to hit him.
Yeah.
I'm saving a kid's life for Christ's sake. If you don't like it, leave.
If you don't let go of this man immediately, I'll report you and you'll be off the case.
What the hell's the matter with you, Norman? What, you getting cold feet? You don't want to save
For
Sean
your
Mars
douchebaggery,
anymore?
yes.
I want to save Sean
Dude,
Mars
you
just
need
as
a
much as you do,
warrant.
but that doesn't give me
Otherwise,
all
you are
rights.
participating
You're
in
gonna
highly
stop
illegal
this shit
behavior, especially
right
when,
now.
especially when invalidating the patient.
Ethan Mars has had
The patient
psychological
doctor
problems since his
confidentiality.
first son died.
That's where you can get into some deep
Feels
shit.
responsible
Yes,
for his death.
they are right now in
Sort of
some
morbid
deep,
neurosis.
deep shit.
He is haunted by visions of drowning bodies. A few weeks ago, After one of our usual sessions,
Because
I
the
found
problem is,
this on
what
the
he's
floor.
describing right now.
It must have fallen out of his pocket.
What he's describing right now, because you also threatened him and were essentially torturing him, he could have also just been lying to get you guys off his ass.
Not to mention,
This
did
is
you see
partially
his
why-
face?
This is partially why following the correct procedure is important in instances
So
like
people
these.
don't fucking lie to get you away.
Yeah, that's actually why that is one of the arguments against interrogation, is that they've, so many people will lie or give a false truth. They'll false truth.
Ash, I want you to assign every available man to finding Ethan Mars. I want a man outside his
Oh,
base
and by the way,
day and
Blake,
night.
he beat that guy up
Notify
enough that
all
he,
agencies
like,
to
looked
start
like he had
looking
a-
for him. I want you to keep
the
an
skin
eye on
over
train
the bridge of his
stations, the
nose.
But they
airports, the bus
don't have a
terminals. I
warrant,
want every
therefore
cop in the
they
city
can do
on his
jack
ass.
shit.
Exactly.
This is
We know about it.
This
Yes.
is
Ethan Mars is the origami killer.
this is how
Origami.
people get
falsely
evidence-
accused.
Yeah, falsely accused and then have evidence thrown out in court because it's like, did you have a warrant? No. Okay, can't use that.
Yeah. That's the problem, is a lot of this evidence that they do have against him. And I know one of the endings is apparently that, he goes to prison. He shouldn't have, unless they were just looking to book someone just to book him, because almost all the evidence they have against him was done without a warrant. And what they described of his quote-unquote neuroses, if you notice, they did not actually give much of a legitimate,
No.
What's the word?
Mental
Mental illness to any of those. They
No,
just
they were
described as
just like-
neuroses.
Oh,
So
those
again,
are on a date. Or
I
or
like
something.
so again. I have to say, I don't. That's not enough to book him on anything.
No, it's really not. I feel like Ethan should have been put on
Nice
some
shot.
medication.
Should have, yeah,
Thank you.
or been
Please
given some
come
sort
in,
of
Mr.
treatment.
Shelby. Would you care for a coffee?
Oh, no thanks.
Do you play?
I tried once, but I think the owner of the
Well,
course
it's
is still looking
it's
for me.
implied that Ethan's getting treatment, but
It's an interesting sport.
I don't think his
It requires
therapist was
strength,
really.
but also a cool
It
head.
It doesn't look like. I don't know. He was going to a psychologist. A psychologist doesn't isn't
Yeah.
necessarily a therapist.
Yeah.
Psychiatrist gives you the drug. Psychologist prescribes you.
Take off your jacket.
Therapists
Grab
and
a drug.
counselors are the ones that help you through shit.
Yeah, which he should have been seeing.
Because I fucking guarantee you, he's got PTSD.
Oh yeah.
Those nightmares are most likely PTSD-induced nightmares.
Yeah.
The balls are in that basket.
Thanks.
And him appearing as if he's not really there are probably panic attacks.
Yeah.
The fact that he didn't even specify, look, this is most likely
The
a
most
panic
important
attack
thing
versus
is to
this.
grip the club
He is
correctly.
suffering from dissociative identity
feel
disorder,
ready,
or I guess the
you swing.
point in time of this game would be taking place. They'd be calling it multiple personality disorder. I don't exactly think that's enough to book him on anything.
It's not. It's just enough to maybe get him committed.
Yeah, I think it's enough that you can say, look, it's probably him, but you can't.
Impressive.
You can cast
You seem to
doubt
have a knack
among
for
the
it.
jury
Yeah.
very easily.
And if
beginner's
anything, he
luck.
could plead it insanity.
You can plead insanity, but
Yeah.
you have to prove
Yeah,
the
prove
insanity
that,
nowadays.
yeah.
You can't just plead it.
True. You know what I mean, though. It's obviously like he could
I'm assuming
get
you
him.
didn't
And if he
invite
sent
me
pleads
to just
insanity,
play golf
I do
this
believe they
time.
put him in a mental ward, or he still goes to prison, but he also has to get
Mental,
treatment.
Yeah,
I hear you've
but
been
still, I
asking
mean,
questions about
there's
my son.
obviously something not quite right
That's
there.
right.
And you're right.
I
It
wanna
would be
know if
enough
Gordy
to
is
pass,
linked to the origami killer
cast
case
out.
in any way.
Especially because they did not get that with a warrant. A lot of people are going to be very questionable of the source.
Yeah. If
They beat
the judge would probably have it thrown out.
If I'm assuming the judge does not throw it out.
Yeah.
And I can guarantee you, if Ethan is given a lawyer, and he should be given a lawyer, unless
son
they're
had nothing to do with
overworked,
that
is that
sort
is a
of
problem with defense lawyers to the point where they just
Well,
say,
then he has nothing to fear from my
say you're guilty.
investigation.
One of the first things they'll say is, look, they got this from a questionable source. They don't have a warrant. Bring
You
that
have no
up in
business
court.
investigating
Yeah, like,
my son. I
hey!
told you, he had nothing to do with it.
Not helping out your case, guys.
Without that warrant, they were
With all due
extremely
respect, Mr.
unlawful.
Kramer, it's up to me
And
to decide
evidence
who I
will
want
get.
to investigate.
I think that's the whole reason O.J. Simpson got off scot-free, is because they had all this evidence, but they never officially got a warrant for it.
Yeah.
Defense attorney brought it
I'm
up.
an
They had to
influential
throw out
man.
all of the evidence,
And I
Oh.
pay very well for lawyers.
even though all the evidence pointed at the fact he definitely did it. but because
Are
there
you
was
trying
no
to buy me?
warrant.
Which is why warrants are
Let's
very,
just
very
say I'm
important.
trying to show you where your interest lies.
A fact this game
How much do you
completely
want to leave my
ignores.
son alone?
Because you know what? It could be different in France.
Maybe.
I think you misunderstood.
I don't know.
But
the
it's
problem
this
is
is
set
it's
in
set in America. You
America.
gotta follow American laws. Again, a
Don't
problem
go
with
near
50
my
Shades
son.
of Grey. Repeatedly
you'll regret it.
ignores American restrictions.
Man.
Have a nice
What
day,
is on
Mr.
his
Kramer.
face? Is that a band-aid?
Looks like it.
It's a very poorly textured band-aid.
It's painted on.
I know. That's why I kept looking at it like, is a shadow freaking at shit or what? Also, we completely ignored what this guy was talking about, but it's not necessary. It's literally just like, hey, your son, and then he's like, yeah, don't mess with my son. That's literally it.
It's not important.
It's really not.
I forgot that scene even happened.
It's literally like, hey, what do rich guys do? Golf. Let's have a scene where he's talking to him and they're playing golf so we can show off the motion. Literally it. Oh, man. I am going to use all these awkward face things.
I am pretty sure all the evidence they gathered against Ethan were all done without warrants.
Yeah. I haven't...
Was there one piece of evidence they gathered aside from one testimony from a distraught mother that, again, you can cast doubt over because it sounds like a very messy breakup.
Yeah, no, they're... I don't... Have they even said if they actually divorced or just separated?
I'm not sure.
Custody split, and that's a big thing. So, of course, she would be like... You know, in case her son is saved, she'd be like, Oh, it's this place! Yes! I'm so happy!
Porcelain lizards? They look new. Out of place with the rest of this old beat-up stuff.
Eh. Yeah.
So, upon getting Ethan Mars, the very first, and I mean also this could have been brought up in court, which it should have had a court session proceeded. The first thing they would have been brought up, hand him a piece of paper while he's like on the interview stand.
Yeah.
Say,
Can you
make me this origami?
Yeah, make this dog origami.
And don't just ask him for the simple ones, ask him for the complex ones too.
Yeah, like don't ask for a fucking paper crane.
I can't even do a paper crane.
I know, Kim.
I can make a cat head. That's all I can make.
I'm actually pretty decent with No, I needed that. I needed that, Ethan. I'm usually pretty good at origami. Like I've made a dragon before. That was fucking hard. Wow, that broke really neatly. I feel like there should have been more pieces. It's porcelain. I feel like...
Also, doesn't Ethan have alibis for all the other deaths except Sean's?
If Sean... Yeah. He should.
So, there would have been another problem with attempting to use Sean and him getting arrested. I'm pretty fucking sure he has an alibi for every single other one of them.
Hasn't this been going on for years?
At least 1 year, yeah. If it's been going on for more than 2, well then he's got an alibi for all the early ones. Because, fuck man, what the hell was even going on back then?
Yeah, everything was shiny and happy then. Oh, this
Like, all I'm saying is, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, yeah, aside from the blackouts, which will not be allowed to be used as evidence because they obtained that information without a warrant,
there's really
it's
nothing
very
else.
easy to cast doubt on everything.
To save your son? You have 5 minutes to cut off the last section of one of your fingers in front of the camera. If you succeed, you will get your reward.
Yeah. So, we have some choices. Do you want to go for really painful or
No. Let's make it
realistic on what you would do? You can also pick up one thing at a time, which is bullshit.
Because, you know, that's totally how people work.
There's a saw on the floor.
There was a kid in Band who accidentally chopped off a bit of his finger.
What?
Yeah.
How?
Okay, you know that, Apuch statue or carving that was in the Spanish teacher's room?
Yeah!
He did that, and when he was carving it, he accidentally sliced his, I think his middle finger.
Oops!
Yeah, and it was great. We were all playing Never Have I Ever. And one of the guys like, never have I ever cut off a bit of my finger, and he just glares at him. He's like, I thought we said we weren't doing specifics.
That's great. It's like, thanks, asshole.
4 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Thanks, computer. Wow. Just... I feel like that... Nah, that knife looks pretty hefty.
Isn't there alcohol?
There is. I'm trying to find it. Yes, let's wash our hands and splash our face with this water. Ethan. Your hands were probably cleaner before.
Seriously.
And I know there's a piece of wood to bite down on, because you don't want to bite your fucking tongue off. I'm not gonna sit in that chair, that's stupid. Found it! Because that's something I would be worried about. Also, they give you way too much time. Gonna make sure I didn't miss
You know what he
anything.
could have used too if he didn't have the wood?
What?
Could have taken his belt off.
Yeah, or used the arm of his jacket. He could have used a lot of things. But this is Heavy Rain we're talking about. Ah! There it is. Fucking hatchet.
I think we... okay, whatever. I was gonna say, we might be okay with the butcher knife.
I know, I'm just trying to lay out all of our options, since there's plenty of time.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah! Yeah! Wouldn't that be great? Alright. Oh, that's also another way you can see that better.
You have 3 minutes and 30 seconds
We
left.
might have cleared everything out.
Yep, it looks like.
Alright, time to pick the finger we hate the most.
Oh, nope, he picks it automatically.
Really?
Yep. Okay, so. And he does a smart thing.
See, actually, I would have kept the alcohol and used it as an antiseptic.
I thought that's what he was gonna... Oh no, because there's that other stuff. Alright, I'm not gonna drink, because that's not a good idea. I forget which direction or which way I'm supposed to fucking do this. Okay.
So I know they're probably giving it as the drugs are, you know, better than the alcohol as an antiseptic, but the thing is, like, alcohol's actually not that... It's a good antiseptic.
Yeah, okay, so. Think hatchet or butcher knife?
I would go with the butcher knife, personally.
Alright.
More of a blade to it,
Yeah.
so if you miss...
Okay.
Fucking do it, bro.
Come on, man. I didn't breathe correctly. Let's try it. You can fucking try it.
L1.
See how much it hurts.
R1. Down.
Wow, my controller is freaking its shit.
Come on, dude.
Do it! Just do it!
Don't let your dreams be dreams!
Yesterday you said tomorrow! God, I love Shia LaBeouf.
You have 2 minutes and 30
I
seconds
forget, how does...
left.
How does the computer even know that you did it?
Because there's a camera. And that's a good question, because it shouldn't. It shouldn't! How?
Because it feels like it's pre-programmed.
Yeah, not unless Shelby is like sitting there just going, do it.
Do it! Oh, we're up to an hour 30.
Whoops. Oh, we have 10 minutes leeway here.
Under the desk.
Under the desk.
Like, is it looking for a pained scream? Because, I mean, you could...
Yeah, you could do it by volume.
If you could... Is it looking for blood?
Like, what it... That's a really good fucking question. Game, explain. Also, why wouldn't you look around? Because
Why do they? We clearly have a goddamn tablet when we don't even have smartphones.
yeah. Unless they're trying to portray that this is poor shit, but not even the cops have cell phones. Which is a fucking issue when Indigo Prophecy had it.
Yeah. Or the fact that this phone is obviously not even close to a smartphone.
Seriously.
And when this game was made, it was already 2010. A lot of people already had smartphones at that
Yeah.
time.
That was when they were really getting, you know, to be the usual. If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Like, I think at that point no, I didn't have.
I know I didn't. I only got mine just now because my parents were getting sick of me never texting.
Yeah. No, I didn't have a smartphone yet, but... Oop. Actually,
Well,
we got
that's a
into
good
here.
cutoff point.
Yep. Alright, everybody. This has been Kiara Xenocheetah.
And Kim.
With Heavy Rain. This game.